Hi, welcome to Ranging Country. I'm Lawrence.
And I'm Peter.
And we're here to bring you the review of the Weihrauch HW98. Lovely little target rifle, but break barrel. So let's get into it.
Let's give it a go.
So yes, on this channel, we do love Weihrauchs. We do love our Springers. We like how back to basics they are. This is Weihrauch's, obviously German manufacturer. This is Weihrauch's attempt or design at a dedicated target break barrel. Normally, when we go for dedicated target rifles, we say underlever rifles like the HW97 and the TX200. We have done a comparison on those. But this is a little bit different. This is break barrel. So it's a bit more back to basics, a lot simpler, but there's a lot of target features on it, aren't there?
There are, yeah, definitely. Heavy rifle.
Yes.
Yeah, you notice it when you shoot it. You notice that front end is quite heavy with that barrel. Now, they say that helps mute the recoil from the rifle, adding that bit of weight to it.
Yeah, so that is this section here. It's quite a heavy shrouded barrel. Yeah, it's a solid aluminium, I think it is. It'll be probably, yeah. It's quite weighty, and that, like you say, brings the recoil down quite a lot. Makes it a lot easier to shoot than something that would be lighter. Something like definitely. The HW95, which is their hunting rifle. Yeah. We've got an adjustable stock up that end.
We certainly do. Now we have adjustable butt plates, so that will go up and down. So to put the rifle at whatever height in your shoulder that you want. And also this adjustable cheek piece, which will rise up and down adjusted with a 3mm Allen key.
Yeah, the butt plate is a 4mm key. I believe this is actually the only Weihrauch Springer with an adjustable stock. With an adjustable cheek piece.
Yeah, just do the 97s. Some of the 97s have adjustable.
They have adjustable. I think they have adjustable butt plates, but they don't have adjustable cheek pieces.
No, they don't, do they? And that harks back really to the target nature of this rifle, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Along with a few other features, which are moving forward. We've got a lovely checkering on there. We've got checkering on the top as well. Yeah. Which isn't the norm, is it?
No, it isn't. They've spent a little bit more time, a little bit more effort into this stock because it's a little bit more of a nicer piece, isn't it? It's based off of the HW95, which is a lot lighter, which is their hunting rifle, as we've said. But this one is a little bit more expensive, but it's heavier and designed more for target. Yeah.
Certainly a lot grippier. Not that you would. It's funny, isn't it? Ironic in a target rifle when you want to hold it as loosely as possible, and they give you this much grippy bits, which is just a little interesting point to mention. I've been zeroing this rifle this morning, and I've had it supported very, very lightly on the front end on the shooting bag, and just at the back end on the back of my hand, and got on all right with it. Yeah, enjoyed it. So
we have got these little cutouts on the side of the stock here. They are fake cooling vents. They're to make it look, I suppose it gives you a little bit more presence on the front end here, and it looks like it's got cooling like a target powder burner rifle would be.
Yeah. And little grippy bits in there as well, should you?
Yeah.
It does help with grip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The trigger is their standard record trigger.
It's a fantastic little trigger, isn't it? Yeah,
we know and love this. We've shouted its praises in multiple videos. I think every single Weihrauch that comes up, we say how good the trigger is. It is adjustable on the back here. I would have thought that would be for second stage weight, but I'm not 100% sure because I've never actually needed to adjust one.
Now that's one thing. Now if this was your own rifle, if you'd bought this rifle to shoot on the range, then one of the things that you would do, you would fettle that trigger to your liking, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Which we don't do any of that here. You know, the rifle comes out the box, straight out the box, the scope on the top, check the power as we're shooting it, and that's it. You know, it is as it comes out the box. We don't try and adjust it to our setting, sort of the cheek piece or the butt or the trigger. So it is you know, that could be one of our reasons actually for poor shooting.
Yeah, that could be
We
it.
can use that. We'll just make a note of that one.
Put that in the excuse book. We've also got your absolute bane at the back here. So we've got an automatic safety.
Oh, yeah.
So each time you cock the rifle, obviously we'll get to shooting it in a sec.
You forget to take the safety off.
Yeah, every single time.
Yeah.
Cock the rifle, safety goes on, so when you pull the trigger, it won't fire. A little button here.
And it's always you always feel the best shot that you're going to take of that day. You really take your time and you're like,
yeah,
what's going on? And you've taken your time and it's so annoying. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the auto safeties.
So what are the features? So moving slightly forward, up top we've got a 9 to 11mm rail, standard scope rail, 9 to 11mm dovetail. It is what it is.
On this one, we've mounted a fantastic Hawk fast mount scope, haven't we?
Yeah.
So it's nothing special. It is a one of the run of the mill sort of like the Vantage range of Hawk.
Yeah,
that comes with
entry level glass, about £100 mark.
Yeah, comes with the mounts. Bang on, straight out the box on the gun, and you're away.
Yeah, these are actually the same scopes that we use on our range, on our club guns for our range.
Yeah, they are.
I think we did a review on the HW100, the PCP. I think that's what we used on that, didn't we? Can't remember.
We used the 4 to 16s, I think.
Yeah.
These are the 3 to 12s, but it's the same range, same scope basically. I think 4 to 16 is just a tad longer and a little bit more magnification. And I find that useful for just zooming in a bit more, see where your pellets have gone.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I mean, moving forward, there's not a great deal to talk about, is there, with it being a Springer? Normally we've got PCPs and we're talking about shot count and
got
barrel
magazines.
Exactly. Yeah. Whereas just, I mean, you break the barrel and you shoot it, and
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting with a spring gun because all the power that the rifle is producing, you're actually preloading that into the spring as you're cocking it. So the energy that you're getting out is just the energy that you've put in to cock that rifle and draw that spring back and set it on the sears. So that's where your power plant comes from. It's so simple, so basic, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know we've got some rifles from 100-year-olds plus. You know, some of the BSA and the rifles that we used to train soldiers in the First World War, and it's just the same. You cock it,
everything the same principles.
Spring comes back. You preload the spring, little seal on the front, and that's it. Pull that trigger, and that spring goes forward with the piston, and that's your power. That's your power plant. Simple as they come.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're exhausted our rundown of the features.
One more feature on the end there, look.
Oh, yeah. Almost missed it because it's almost imperceptible. I'm looking at the monitor here. You can barely see it on the camera. If I...
Yeah, it's such a neat job.
So what you can do is, this rifle is a threaded barrel, so you can put a silencer on it. It doesn't look it when you've got this on, but this is a lump. This is a big old barrel weight / thread protector over the front end.
And what that does, that gives you a bit more leverage on the cocking cycle, doesn't it?
Yeah.
On your cocking action, you can what's an extra 4 inches?
No, it's at least 8.
Probably 4.
Probably about 4. But they've done a very, very good job of smoothing that out, and you can barely tell that it's there.
You can't. That's a really nice engineering job.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And you feel it as well when you break the barrel. If you just tap that down, everything's precise about it. Everything's well engineered, nicely manufactured. German engineering at its best, really, isn't it?
Yeah. It's quite a high-end rifle, and it's high-end quality as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Last year's. This should be. I mean, we get people in the shop. I've got this Weihrauch that I've had since I was, 25 years, 30 years, and they're still as good as the day they were.
Yeah.
They bought them.
Yeah, 100%.
So, not really much else to touch on in features, is there?
No, let's
That's it.
jump into handling. Okay, jumping into handling then. Let's get some numbers over and done with. So allegedly it's 3.8 kilos rifle on its own.
Now we've weighed this, haven't we, with a scope on it, and we've got 4 kilos.
4 kilos on the dot. Now
it's about 8.8 pounds, 8.5 pounds, something like that.
Yeah, and that's with a sort of 200 or 300 gram scope plus mounts. So yeah, that's probably about right. It's quite a heavy rifle.
It is. It's not a light one.
Yeah.
You would not want to be carrying this around the field, would you? Certainly not.
Yeah.
No.
Overall length is 105 centimeters from the butt to the muzzle, and barrel length is 31 centimeters for this UK model.
A foot.
Yeah. Easy as that in terms of numbers. In terms of balance, then, what do you think? Because you're the one that's spoiler alert, going to be the one to shoot it. So you're the one that's zeroed it and spent a little bit of time with it. What do you think of the balance?
It feels front heavy.
Okay.
But I've just gone like this while we're sitting here at the bench, and the balance point is about there, look.
That looks about halfway up to me.
Yeah. So it's quite, if I can get it to balance right. It's not bad at all. It's about central there. It's just a chunky rifle, basically, I think.
Yeah. Well, when you say chunky, it's quite weighty.
Weighty, yeah. Yeah, you do know you've got hold of it.
Yeah. And I think that's balanced well with the scope on top. Without the scope, it is quite front heavy. Yeah. Because you've got
now, they do say it's a narrow rifle, don't they? You think, what do they mean by a narrow rifle? And there's some rifles that have, they feel quite wide in your hand. But this one doesn't.
Yeah, it feels quite slender.
It does feel quite slender. Yeah, so the stock is quite thin. Is that the right word? Thin?
Quite narrow.
Narrow, yeah.
That's the word for it, I think. One thing we didn't mention is that it is ambidextrous. Obviously, Springer, you can spring from both sides. That's not a thing.
Spring from both sides.
Well, you can
cock it.
You can cock it.
Yeah.
Both sides.
But the pellet in from either side. Yeah.
Yeah. But the stock is ambidextrous as well.
Yeah. So it's not leftist. Rightist. Yeah, leftist. One of the two, as some rifles have been in the past.
Yeah. Again, there's not much to talk about in terms of handling, is there?
No, apart from that darn safety catch. That's,
you will mention it. I'm sure you'll bring it up in the shooting as well. I'm sure that'll come to play.
Probably will. I'll probably fall foul of it and spend 10 minutes in the aim position, go for the trigger pull, and find the safety zone as I normally do.
Yeah,
but
that's always the way.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
not much more to talk about.
No, let's get into shooting now. When we shoot it today, we're using Airarms Diablo Fields. This is the 177, so these are 8.4 grain pellets, and we're 25 meters, aren't we? We're going to be
25 meters on our indoor range. Yeah, Airarms Field. Now, whether Airarms are the best pellets for this rifle, debatable. We haven't gone down we never do go down the ammunition checking route, do we, when we're doing a review? So, straight out the tin, pellets in the gun, shooting it, and that's what you get. That's what we...
We have a couple of different go-to pellets, but we're never trying any more than sort of 2, maybe 3.
Yeah. That's generally Airarms Field 8.4s and QS Streamlined Heavies in 9.56. Yeah. So shall we try it?
Let's give it a go.
See what I can do.
Yeah. Let's get into it. Okay, here we are, ready to shoot the HW98. Let's give it a go.
Let's see what we can do.
Now, we're not expecting, or I'm not expecting, same hole groups out of you, out of the rifle. Take your pick, whichever one of those.
Out of me, probably.
Yeah. So, let's see what happens.
Let's give it a go. Okay. I'm just get comfortable. Happy with that?
You didn't zero it very well.
Well,
Mind you, I'm not one to
I
talk.
took a leaf out of your book on
Yeah.
zeroing.
If you just say it's intentional, then
It's intentional.
Fine. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah.
Now, what I'm making sure to do as I'm putting the rifle down into the shooting position, safety catch off, which you probably shouldn't. But if I don't, I'm going to forget.
Multiple times during zeroing, he has held his breath, squeezed the trigger, and nothing because he's forgot to take in the safety out. Oh, there you go.
What were you saying about same hole groups?
I'm not expecting it.
No. That's quite a fluke, that one.
Let's see.
So safety off in the shooting position. And you see I'm using the lightest of holds. The rifle is just resting on the woodwork on the rest bag at the front. I've got my hand on the pistol grip, I've finger onto the trigger, and my hand just supporting at the back. So the lightest of holds, because as we know, spring guns are very particular, aren't they? How they're held.
Yeah. You need to, if you've zeroed them one way, you have to make sure you shoot them exactly the same way.
Yeah.
You have to make sure you hold them just as tight on the front end and the back end. Yeah. Don't know what was going on with the previous shot then.
It's better than it was in zeroing, I tell you, that's pretty good. But I always think, you know, with a Springer, it's all down to practice.
Yeah.
And I go back to when I were a lad, probably 1979, 78 probably, when I was about 11. First air rifle, and you probably wouldn't recognise it nowadays.
Why? Because it was in black and white.
We did have colour in those days, but no, it was a very nondescript break barrel, open sights, rough as you like. Obviously, nobody had the money in those days like they've got now. Finance wasn't a thing, and 11 years old, probably 50 pence a week pocket money. It was
worlds apart.
Worlds apart, but it was all down to practice. And I shot that gun every day, getting through thousands and thousands of pellets. And what happens is you get used to the gun, and you just become one with it, and you know exactly. You point it at something at a certain distance, and you hit it. And it's there's nothing special. It's the cheapest of cheap. Nowadays, you probably wouldn't give a tenner for it if it was still about. But it's just all those thousands of shots of practice.
Yeah.
Now, do we leave it there?
I don't think that's too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's 5 shots in that nice group.
Now, we've had PCPs that don't shoot that well.
We have. I don't know what you're doing with that one that's off into no man's land. I guess you just squeezed it, or you blinked when you shot, or something like that.
Just try another one. This one will go off. Bound to.
This will go off the other way now that you've been thinking about it.
Yeah, but I'll just carry on. I'll take the time on squeezing the trigger. I think we'll call that done, don't you?
I mean, that went at the ball. Whether it was intentional or not is another question.
Who knows?
But the rifle will clearly do it. We can see there that rifle will do it when the squishy bit at the back of the trigger does his job. The rifle will put them all pellets touching.
I'm thinking I've probably had 50 shots with that this morning. And within 50 shots, that's the sort of accuracy I'm getting.
Yeah, exactly. I guess it's all the muscle memory from your childhood coming back.
That was a long time ago. 43 years ago. Long time. Yeah, but it's completely different. It was going low at one point, and I thought, am I getting low on air? And we get so used to shooting PCPs that it was just powers dropping. Or
it must be low on
check
pressure.
The air.
Yeah.
And I like chuckled to myself. I thought, what are you doing, you idiot? You know, it's obviously a spring gun. There is no air, but we're so indoctrinated with PCPs, and everything's PCP. And they're just so easy to shoot. But, if it is going off, are you low on air? So that was the first thing. And like, duh. Yeah. But
well,
I'm happy with that. I'm going to call that a day, I think. Is that 6 shots, 7 shots, something like that? I wasn't counting.
I also wasn't counting.
But no,
okay.
I'm happy.
Let's jump into a conclusion then. So then, to conclude, what do we think? Obviously, you're the one to shoot it.
Well, I'm having this one framed, to be honest, I think. That's going on my bedroom wall.
Apart from the two that, well, hilariously, apart from the two that were banged through the centre, that was a brilliant group. With a Springer, like you say, with not particularly good shots and we're not particularly well practiced.
I think we did say that we've had PCPs that shoot a lot worse than that, haven't we?
Yeah.
And that really brings it home to you, how good this gun is and how easy to shoot it is. I mean, I am so out of practice with spring guns. I think the last time I shot a spring gun was when we had that shoot-off with the SMK XS19s against the Coke cans and the Fanta cans.
Yeah,
definitely not the Dr Pepper cans. They had a reprieve.
I mean, that wasn't an accuracy thing, though, right? So
when was that? That was back in the winter, wasn't it? So that was we're looking at months since I've shot a spring gun.
Yeah,
and I've probably shot 40, 45 shots, zeroing, getting used to it, and straight in. Incredible. To be honest, it's a bit lost for words.
Yeah.
The scope did. I had it on 12 magnification, and see the target plain as day, 25 metres. 25 metres, 25 yards, nearly the same, apart from 3 inches per metre. I don't think you can fault it.
No. I mean, it's a target rifle, so you'd expect it to be accurate, but it is. It's quite a high-end target Springer. If that's what you're after,
but it's all in the shooter, isn't it? It's not the guns. Quite often, always are far better than us behind the trigger.
Yeah,
we make them underperform.
Yeah,
we underperform with the rifles, and I think it's just practice.
Yeah.
I really do, and but I mean, with practice, what could I do with practice?
Yeah, absolutely.
I could be a half good shooter with a few thousand pellets through that.
Only.
Yeah, but we do. I mean, we don't often get shoot spring guns. It's always PCPs, and I could say again, they're not all as accurate as that.
There you go. That's one hell of a conclusion.
I'm going to write my name on that and I'm going to get that framed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, there you go. Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed that as much as we enjoyed making it, because I really did enjoy this one.
Yeah. Please like and subscribe in whatever corner it is.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in the next video.
See you in the next film. Thank you.